We're such a crazy family.
Like on Guitar Hero, a band is the dysfunctional family you choose.
Dave, don't quote Guitar Hero.
Again, I would be dead. I'd be that I'll lose her. I don't know. I don't think so. This weight is gone, everything is off my shoulders. I don't know, 'cause this feeling's getting colder, and I know that if I wait too long, then she'll be gone. And I don't think I can console her. Now I know, yes I know, that I'm finally getting older, yeah.
Okay, so it all started way back in the day when Corey was about yay high. He said to himself, I want to be in a ska band. And,
I should probably tell that.
We'll
Corey
get some
was a big
different
fan
perspectives.
of Batman or Superman.
Wasn't that you?
No, I was Batman. He was a fan.
So how do we get started? It started 2 years ago. Am I right? 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it started 2 years ago when Corey Pollock, our lead singer and guitar player, was a senior in high school.
My name's Corey Pollock. I play guitar and sing in band. I am 20 years old now. I had a band in high school with a couple of my friends, and I've always wanted to be in a ska band for as long as I can remember. It's because it's a different kind of music, and it's a different kind of, it's something unique, and I've always loved that kind of music. I decided to play guitar, and I started writing songs, and I grabbed Matt up because I was in high school band with him, concert band.
Me and Corey took me in first, and it was
Found Matt, our drummer, and Matt was a sophomore at the time, and he was just like, dude, we should just get together and jam. Let's just do drums and guitar and let's see where we go out there.
And eventually, when we were in summer school, we ran into camp.
Summer school going into Corey's senior year.
I was at that summer school and I thought Corey was a weirdo. He wore those dickies that were cut off right above the knees.
And he carried around like a checkered acoustic guitar.
Yep.
And
Who is this weird
he came
kid?
to me and I was all emo. And he was like, dude, I heard you play bass. You want to come jam with me sometime? I was like, sure, whatever, you know. I didn't think this band would go anywhere, so I just like jammed with him and it worked out. And I was like, cool.
And I remember he was really good, and I was like, well, maybe he would like to do it. Yeah, Cam was very intense. It was like a mile a minute. Like, he's like, we're going to practice now? All right, yeah, blah, blah. And so, like, I mean, not much different now, but I think we all kind of just accepted it. I loved it from the beginning. Matt was like, it was a little much for Max.
He bugged me.
Why?
He was just a weird kid. He was never calm. He would just be moving all the time, talking.
I don't know. But he grew on me, so. But yeah, I didn't like him at all.
And we started jamming as a trio, and we got a lot of stuff done. We cut some songs, added some new ones. I found and then Cam had a lot of connections with younger people in the jazz band.
But he's like, do you know any horn players? I was like, I know a ton from jazz band.
He brought us David, who played alto at the time, and we started playing some stuff like that. He was really into it.
He's smart. He is.
Everything in our world, everything like in our life is limited by our language. It's weird. People that speak the English language.
The music language.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. People that speak the English language think a lot differently than the people that speak like a German or a Spanish language. Like when you think, you don't necessarily you're not thinking in Spanish. Like if you looked at that drum, said that thought that drum's white, you're not gonna say it in Spanish. It's gonna be in English. All right, and then we've been educated through these last years of music. Like we've actually studied on our own with music, and we're learning the music language and how the music language works. And music is a language not spoken in words, but more in energy and emotions.
He plays football too.
Oh yeah, I'm a football player. I'm actually going to be the starting quarterback for Folsom High School next year.
He went and got his friend Andy.
I really have a problem with the you break it, you buy it policy at stores. Because what if it's like a major accident? Like,
Where does this happen?
it's never happened to me personally, but I could just imagine, you know? Like,
It happened to me.
like
I think it's happened to you. It's
you're
happened
walking
to me.
down the aisle and, like somebody walks past you and kind of bump you, domino effect thing happens. Antique China shelf falls down.
And Andy was kind of like, what is this? And eventually he got really into it, and David switched to Barry. So we had a Barry and an alto, and we played our first show.
First show was Halloween 05. That was at Club Retro, and it was awesome. We played with Flip the Switch, and we were like new band. We were like, what's going on? We don't even know. And it was pretty cool, but we were the horns didn't play in half the songs because they didn't know the parts, and they would just dance in between.
There's a couple pictures on our MySpace, and it's really funny because nobody looks the same. David had a giant fro.
So David had huge hair. Like this is nothing. He had huge.
He was 5 foot nothing, and he's a giant football player now.
Yeah. So then we were like, we're missing something. Brass. So we got Sean Weiss.
He was our friend from jazz band.
Yeah, also jazz band, and he was pretty down to do it. So
after that, we kind of added Sean because we'd already tried Sean out because David was friends with him, and Sean didn't really get it. He was kind of like, "What is this?"
I mean, at first, I was saying when I first started, I wasn't feeling it at all because I've never listened to ska, and then it finally dragged me into it, and I love it. I love playing it. I don't listen to it a lot, but I love playing it.
Music, and he's like, I'm gonna go, and kind of wasn't down. And then eventually we played a show at the high school during lunch, and he got really stoked on it. And he came back and he joined the band. We had a 3-part horn section. We played a few shows, and I kind of finished our big thing. We recorded a CD, finished our career almost, I guess people thought. And then I moved to Canada after we played our first Boardwalk show.
It's off and on.
It kind of blows because we can't have practice all the time.
Yeah,
But whenever he comes back, we just we pick up our stuff just like that. It's like magic.
Yeah.
The first song we play again.
But we wish we could play a lot more.
And then I got a call on the way to Vancouver, and they asked if we wanted to come back and play with the Cherry Poppin' Daddies. And I got super excited, and there's this new guy who was a freshman in the jazz band who's playing trombone, and I heard he was really awesome, so I asked them to get him in on it, and we added John.
I heard them before, and I really liked them, and then when Sean asked me to be in it, I was like, yes. That's pretty much it.
I wasn't even in town when we added John, and I came back to practice, and it was the first time I'd ever met him, and it kind of incorporated a band member via another via phone calls and whatnot, and it was really cool. And he ended up working out, and